Hello everyone, Juanpa. Pura vida Juanpa dear. How are you doing? Male 25 Costa Rica. Thank you for that. Oh, Chester is here from Hawaii. Aloha Chester. And he says male 27 Hawaii. Aloha Mehran. Aloha dear. Slobodan Milicic says hello Mehran 21 Belgrade. Hello there. And PR187. Hi. Hello there, but we we need to know a little bit more than that. Thank you for the hi. This is the first time you're joining us. Welcome. If you look at the protocol, it's like the one right below you. And Namita says 22 female India, and the one above you, male M27 Hawaii. It's Sid. So it just gives me a little bit of information about you. So I need that. If you wouldn't mind, I need to know how old you are, your gender, and where you're tuning in from. And hello, Namita says, hi, Miran. Nice to see you today, and nice to see you as well. 187 says, thanks. Yes, first time. Oh, all right, then. Go ahead and just fill us in for that, and then happy to have you here. So tonight I have the regular tea, green tea with a slice of dried mango in it. But I'm not going to put the lid on it because it's going to stay hot till the end of the discussion and I will never get to taste it. Because I'm using the amazing containers Yeti. They keep the heat in, I don't know, for 5 days. Just like it keeps it hot no matter what. Oh, that's pretty good. It's a slogan. Yeti keeps it hot no matter what. That's my jingle. Yeti, don't use it now. Keeps it cold or hot no matter what. and 187 says 33 Panama, Central America, male. Oh, thank you very much. So that would be M33 Panama. Thank you for that, Panama. We've never had a guest from Panama. That's special. So I decided to have a short live stream tonight and have answered my emails and questions that came through comments and a few other email related things I had to write. And we are still waiting for our wonderful thumbnail designer Olga from Russia to complete the excuse me the new thumbnails for the new video that I have prepared for you. And so as soon as that is created, and then I have the separation segments, thumbnails to insert it in the middle of the video so it can show you the transition, then I will upload it. Fatima says, oh, Namita says, you always crack me up. What did I do? What did I do that I cracked you up? Namita, am I going to get your name right tonight or what? Fatima, Natima, finally, Namita. So, in other words, your name was Mita, and one day you woke up and your mother called you, or father called you Mita, you said Namita. You were not in a good mood. So, from then on, they always call you Namita. Isn't that the story? I know I got it right. Aman says 19 male India. Hello, Aman. Good to see you. See, every time Aman shows up, no matter what comment he makes, even if he just says hello, they hold it for approval. Look at that. And he didn't say anything, just a 19 male India. And Rudy Garcia says 26 California. Hello, Rudy. Good to see you. And what about the M? Is it M or is it F? Huh, Rudy? Is it M26 California or is it F26 California? Just to make sure. What's going on with Mike? a little bit dry. I think because I have been working and didn't talk, so my throat is dry. And the tea obviously is in Yeti, cold or hot, no matter what. Keeps it cold or hot, no matter what. See, that's Yeti. Come on now. Come here, pay this channel the royalty for this wonderful jingle, and then, and then you can use it. Yeah, it's just so hot I can't drink it. So, Namita says you got it right. Yeah, good. Chester says I can't wait for the new video. Yeah, but don't set yourself up for disappointment, because it's just a video, and I think it's interesting, but like it's not, gonna be something amazing. It's just some discussion, some points, and he says, don't worry, I will try not to fall asleep while meditating and listening to a new video. Regardless if you try not to fall asleep, you will fall asleep, because that's the effect my voice has on people. Even when I listen to it myself, sometimes when I'm sleeping, my laptop is right beside, like I was watching something or researching something, and so it's time to sleep, so I want to check my own videos. No, lo and behold, as soon as I start listening to that, I'm gone. And Rudy says mail. Yes, I know. Thank you for that. Aman's, again, I don't know what's going on. Maybe you've been tagged or something. He says, I recently heard of a person called Raymond something. He designed 20th century logo and NASA ship window. He designed almost everything, but this guy is unknown. It was like Steve Jobs, okay? And Aman says, but why some people are less famous than some who did some kind of work? It's their preference, Look at me. I'm less famous than other people, but you know that the quality of this channel is amazing. However, nobody knows me. So it's not about that I'm less famous. I'm just totally unknown. I mean, the more unknown you are, the better your work is. So, that's where we come from now. Namita says, it's true. Your voice is really calming. Yes, I am very calm myself. That's why when I talk, I fall asleep. I am beginning now to be an expert in talking while sleeping. So it's no longer about sleepwalking. It's now about sleep talking. And that's the motto of this channel. I'm in a goofy mood tonight, so don't mind me. I don't know. If I was a smoker, I would have thought I smoked something, but no, I didn't. I just, I think that's me. So what else do we have here? 19 says, hello sir, 19 male, Assam, India. Oh, hello there. I've got good Assam tea right here. Good of you to join us there. And Slobodan says, giving my best to stand my ground with HOCD. You don't have to give your best. That's what it is. It's not going to change. That's what you are. You're just having a statics and interference by the malfunction of the brain. That's all. Otherwise, you don't have to stand your ground or... I understand what you're saying. That's perfect. Keep doing it. But what I'm saying is, in reality, there's no danger. It's just the fact that you're so focused on protecting your identity, that every little bit of an interference or distortion or static seems like a big danger. Like your amygdala is so, hold on, protect myself because I am who I am, and that's great. Wunderbar. But It's the overdoing of the amygdala that is responsible for anxiety and defense and fear and danger and all that. So you come from a warrior ancestors that is too focused on that. And so every little bit makes you react overly. So now you're focused on this. It's just telling you that you're not this. Pretty much it. Anybody who has HOCD, really pretty much the message is that you're exactly what you've always been. The message is that you are what you've always been. Anybody who has an HOCD, it just means you're heterosexual. It's just trying to overdo it. You just tell them, listen, I know. So cool it. Leave me alone. People are different, and whatever they are, I'm not scared of being anything or changing anything. I am who I am. I know that. So don't keep bringing that as a hazard, as a announcement. Be careful. It's like I can see it. I don't know, a bridge I'm walking on, or it's in the edge of a bridge. I know it is, so I'm careful. I'm aware of it. But you keep saying it, like a mom or dad keeps saying, "Oh, watch out! Be careful, not to fall." So, God damn it, I know, I see it. I'm not dumb. So, but that's what the brain is doing. It's just overprotective and trying to make sure you see it. You say, "Listen, I'm not dumb. I got it. I got it. I know. I know what I am, who I am. Don't worry." So that's basically the reaction. You're overreacting. Why? Because the automatic mechanism in the brain that is set to shut down the intrusive thoughts regarding whatever your gender is, there are some things for every gender that it's considered intrusive. So when those intrusive thoughts show up, usually the brain's mechanism, namely part of the basal ganglia called caudate nucleus in the area of striatum, it shuts down the intrusive thoughts. Regardless of what your gender is, everybody has their identity and their values, and according to those, the intrusive thoughts are shut down by this mechanism, caudate nucleus. When it doesn't work perfectly, when it goes a little bit, offset and it malfunctions in the signaling system, which is electronic system. The brain is all neurons and so on. So malfunctions is just part of the being electronic. So all these distractions, distortions, and statics cause a malfunction in the function of this automatic gear shift to shut down intrusive thoughts. And the intrusive thoughts don't get to shut down automatically. So they hover. So the message doesn't get to prefrontal cortex that, hey, we're not interested, shut it. So it hovers because it doesn't get an answer back. And when it does like that, the thought lingers and you think, oh, because it lingered, it means something. No, it means nothing. It means that there's a malfunction and you're who you've always been, who you want to be, who you will always continue to be. But you just think, what is this thought showed up here? What is it doing here? It must mean something. Why? Because it's not going away. No, it's not going away because there's a malfunction. There's a glitch. That's why. It doesn't get the signal. As I said many times before, it's like you're in somewhere, some construction site or some office with lots of noise, and somebody says, would you like some coffee? And you say, oh, no, thank you. But the guy keeps saying, would you like some coffee? You say, no, thank you. Would you like some coffee? No, thank you. Would you like some coffee? And he said, you're either going to end up being weak-minded, say, okay, or you're going to say, no, thank you. And still you see the guy says, would you like some coffee? Finally, you get pissed off and you get angry and you react and all that. But then later on, you find out there was too much noise or the guy was deaf. He couldn't get your answer. It wasn't like you had to have coffee. It's just that the noise or his being deaf couldn't get your answer. Couldn't hear you. So he kept repeating it. But this repeating, you not knowing that it's deaf or it's too much noise, he can't hear you, it's far distance, you thought you have to have a coffee. And if you're weak-minded, you say, okay, I'll have coffee. But if you're not weak-minded, you say, well, no. A million times you ask me, a million times I say no. Same thing here. Intrusive thought shows up, says you're not this, what you've always been, you're something else. Your gender or your inclination or whatever. So naturally your system rejects it, but the signal doesn't get to prefrontal cortex to say, hey, that's my answer. Not interested. No buyers here. And caudate nucleus is not shutting it up automatically. So it hovers. So now you either understand that there's a malfunction, that's why it's hovering, or you're going to be mistakenly thinking, oh, well, it's a deity. It means my gender is changed. So I'm going to listen to the idea and suggestion, not to who I am, who I know I am, what I prefer to be. I'm going to listen to, would you like some coffee? So you're weak-minded. If you're strong-minded and you simply understand the mechanism, what's at work, what's malfunctioning, and that is what brain of human being is. It's work in progress. It's still being developed. It's only 40,000 years ago we got this brain. As sophisticated as you think it is, it's just 40,000 years ago. But a million years before that, we were still living without this kind of a brain. So the brain was added to us. So the brain cannot be us. It's an apparatus added to us, which means what it says, it doesn't matter because it's not me talking, it's the brain. Because I existed before the brain was given to me, added to me. So what it says, it's own malfunction. It is own collection of production of thoughts. It's got nothing to do with me. I don't even have any interest in what it suggests. So if you understand this, then your behavior would end up ignoring the thoughts, and then the person who keeps telling, would you like some coffee, will eventually give up and say, well, I guess he doesn't want coffee. He leaves. That's how you deal with HOCD, pretty much. All right, having said that, what do we have here? Where were we? Lamis says, hi, male 25 Lithuania. Hello there. Aman says, just like Steve Jobs is most famous among us and around Louis is not even he did same as him. Okay. Oh, Raymond. And Raymond Loewy is not even he did same as him. Even he did same as him. Okay. Chester says your videos on your channel actually helped me fall asleep 6 months ago when my pure OCD or intrusive thoughts was at its very worst. There you go. I told you I'm good for something. I put people to sleep. That's my specialty. Okay. I don't know why Aman's comments are all kept for review. Aman says, okay, and 187 says, but why these ideas, HOCD, sometimes feel so real? Because body reacts to thought. Brain is very powerful. Its suggestions can create a reaction in the body because the brain's ability to associate words, it's so fast that even you can look at the doorknob and millions of things passes through the mechanism of search. It's like a search engine. You put a word in, before you finish your word, there's so many other words that it associates with. Try it. In any good search engine, you try to put a word, I don't know, some word like, I don't know, occipital or whatever. As soon as you put the AXP and you haven't gone to finish the word, there are all kinds of suggestions. And that's kind of like what brain does. The moment you see a doorknob, round, shiny, oh, fit, good design, now suddenly you go into, I don't know, a woman's breast or man's butt or some muscle somewhere or horse's ass or something. Why? Not because you meant any of it at all. It's because the brain is just going through all kinds of things, trying to be smart and trying to come up with something. And all associations take place in a fraction of a second. And one of them or two of them suddenly start going to their own tangents. You see a body of a man and you're a man. You see a naked part of the body, a muscle. And you have your own muscles like that muscle. And you use your muscles, you train it in the gym and you train it and you hope that you have a girlfriend or you consider that muscle, of course, is you train it to, be good to your woman. And then that quickly gets into connotation and the association with the word sex. And suddenly you say, oh, I'm thinking of sex, but it was a man. All that happened in a second. Naked part, you're naked, you want it for women, that was naked, so that has a connotation to sex, and you think, oh, your interest or the thinking of sex is because you saw a man. The interpretation goes haywire, and then the brain, working on negative, wants to alert you, runs with it with all kind of other tangents. It's just the kind of a brain that we have. It doesn't know exactly, because brain is not smart. It's not intellect. It's just a mechanical machine. It processes things. It's an inventory with trying to guess what you want. And so it brings up all kinds of things that it thinks. And it's working on negative basis. It's spawned from negativity in order to protect you, because you can only protect something if you're thinking negative. If somebody tells you, watch my briefcase for a second, so in order to take care of it and protect it, all you're going to be running in your head is what? If somebody's going to steal it, I'll watch for that guy could be a thief. Oh, check this one, put it here. Oh, that guy is coming in. Oh, I got to be careful. Oh, that woman is maybe thinking about stealing this, because all these thoughts pertaining how to protect that briefcase. You can't be protecting anything by thinking, oh, everything is hunky-dory, nobody's a thief, and I'm good, and it's going to be fine. No. Naturally, you're going to be thinking about things that could go wrong, things that could be dangerous to this, what I'm trying to protect. Brain is trying to do that, but because it has no intellect, it's not smart, it's stupid, it brings up all kinds of things and conjures up all kinds of things just to say, I'm doing my work. So, and that's, you end up with all kinds of intrusive thoughts, and then you kind of interpret it. And if you have OCD and caudate nucleus is malfunctioning, it lingers there, and then you run with all these negativity and come up with all kind of interpretations, and then you're stuck with it. And then you, being a perfectionist, want to make sure that you are perfectionist, and you say, oh, there was a thought of homosexuality in my brain, and I am perfectionist, so I got to make sure that was false thought. Then you go and try to hunt it, data hunt it, and you go into the rabbit hole, and you just create all kind of nonsense, wasting your energy and time. And all you had to do was, who cares, whatever, shows up, shows up. I know who I am, I know what I like, and whatever suggestions or thoughts shows up in my head, I'm not weak-minded. I'm not going to listen to it. Just like I go outside, so many people may say so many shit. I don't have to listen to them. I don't have to believe them. or they want to sell me something, and they just want to maybe manipulate me or say all kind of bullshit opportunities. Put your money into this, it'll give you this much back. I'm not going to believe that. I know what I want. I'm out here to buy milk, so I go buy milk and go home. I don't listen to this guy who wants to sell this or sell that and then believe their suggestions. All kinds of suggestions are bombarded at you. You're not supposed to be paying attention to them. So that's how you protect yourself, by ignoring what you don't simply prefer. That's all. You don't have to expect others not to suggest garbage. What's garbage to you? What's nonsense to you? You just say, okay, I don't care what people say. I'm just sticking to what I want to do and what's meaningful to me, and I'm going to ignore everything else. Simple. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't have to interpret, this came to my mind, so it must be now. I got to see why it came to my mind. Because it's a brain. Its job is to make thoughts. It has no meaning about, no responsibility on you, whatever it shows up in the head. You got to understand that. When you understand this, then it's an independent system. It can do shit. You don't care because it's not serving you any purpose. So you walk by and ignore it and focus on what it is that you're interested in, and eventually it rewires itself because you don't pay attention to it, and it learns that it's not going to get any attention by creating these sort of thoughts. And you say, well, thoughts, you can be there. Your thoughts, you're not real, your thoughts. You make me feel like, if it's real, because brain has power to make body react to it. Otherwise, I am the one who is important, not what the brain says, because I am the boss here. Brain was added to me. So there is a me here. What I feel, what I prefer, what I decide, my choices is what makes me to be who I am, not the suggestions. All right. Why is Aman's comments always kept? What's going on? Chester says, I think your calming voice to make people fall asleep is a blessing in disguise, since a lot of people are in stressful situations in this time of year. Possibly. Namita says, yeah, I agree with Chester. All right, thank you. Thank you for that. I take it as a compliment. Thank you very much. And Aman says HOCD is more like a fake emotions illness rather than complete thought. It starts from thoughts, but it persists because of emotions. Either case, we don't even give a shit to thoughts. That's my boy. Now you're beginning to obviously understand then it is all nonsense. Good for you. Because the body reacts to thoughts, when the body reacts to thoughts, it comes from the brain, which brain is powerful and has this effect on the body. And when the body actually reacts to these thoughts, because the body's reaction is actually visible or felt at that moment, then you think the suggestion was also real. It's not true, because look, simple example. You just right now start thinking about sour grapes in the vineyard, and it's all green. They're not ripe yet. They're all sour and hard. You put in your mouth, it's sour like crazy. And then like you put a lemon, squeeze a lemon into your mouth, you cut the lemon, and You see, you're now salivating, but there is no lemon, there is no sour grape. It was a thought that made your body react to it. So the brain has this power that through thought makes your body react. But when your body reacts to it, you actually feel, in the case of lemon, the salivation. Are you supposed to now think, oh, there's actually a lemon? No. It was a thought. It doesn't even exist. But the brain doesn't understand what's virtuality, what's reality. And the body follows. It's the understanding of the brain because they affect each other. But both of them are false. Both of them are wrong. Neither one of them are the truth. One is reaction to the other, and the other is totally false. But because it has the power to make the other thing react to it, it reacts. And when you see the reaction, you think the actual thought and suggestion was real. No, it's not real. It just has the power to affect the body to react to it. It's no different than when you go to a doctor and then, he hits and on your knee to see if your if reflexes are good, and your knee jerks up. It was a doctor, real doctor, and hit it on the knee and jerked up. But if you go somewhere else and the clerk in the store selling milk also gets some kind of a stick and hits it on your knee jerks up too. But does that make that guy a doctor? No, because anybody does that, it jerks up. But that doesn't make the milkman a doctor. Pretty much same concept. The brain doesn't understand anything. It thinks it's real because it's malfunctioning. To it, because it has no idea about you. It's not you. It's a different entity. That different entity is stupid enough to think that, a thought. And it's made out of thought. So it doesn't know anything else. So when a thought shows up and it has a certain power, I don't know, somehow it got the power to have the body react to the shit, the garbage that it makes. When the body reacts, you in there are stupid enough to think, when the body reacts, it must be real. Then what the thought had showed up must be real. Then I must not be the gender that I've always been. What the hell is wrong with you? Understand the separation between brain and you. Then you'll understand the relation between the thoughts and body, reaction in between the two. Then you understand the separation between brain, thoughts, and you, that they're independent from you. They're not you, and you're not them. Therefore, you stand aside, you watch them, and you understand that these crazy people actually think they are having a case here. But I am the person, I'm the entity, I'm the live one, and I know what I am, and I know what I like. If the brain doesn't see it, because brain is not me. And I should know that whatever brain is trying to suggest, that doesn't have anything to do with me. I am separate. I don't have to fall for that shit that they are going back and forth between the two. Then you diss it, you disregard it, you ignore these sort of things, and you focus on what you are, what you prefer, what you want to be, what you've always been, what you enjoy to be, what you choose to be, and you continue your life on that basis. And eventually, the brain sees that, it's not real. Nobody pays attention here to these sort of thoughts. Therefore, I should not make these thoughts anymore because they're laughing at me. And it subsides. And if it shows up, you know what it is, and you treat it the same way, and reprogram, recondition the brain through neuroplasticity. And you continue this on whenever such a things happen, because that's the brain. It goes back and forth, malfunctions. And when you're aware of this malfunction, it doesn't bother you anymore. You know what it is. Okay. It's like anything else in our body could malfunction. You're okay with it. You understand it's a malfunction. But when it comes to the brain, you say, it must be real. Your intestine, you eat something, you have a diarrhea. You know it's not real. You know it's not normal. You know this is not you. You're not going to say, I have diarrhea. Then that means I've always must have had diarrhea and I didn't know it. And I should have had it. But why didn't I have it? Because that's not what you were, and that's not what the intestine is designed to do. So when the diarrhea shows up, it's malfunctioning. And you can see that. versus how it always was and you preferred it to function. You can see that. But when the brain starts having a diarrhea, coming up with nonsense that is not familiar to you or interesting to you, you start questioning it. Oh, is it? Is it? Why? You can see the malfunction in other parts of you, so you can see the malfunction from what it used to be, what your preferences are, what your interest is. You can see the difference, and you can see it's also a malfunction. And then deal with it as a malfunction. Not that, oh, why? Because brain. Because you think brain is you. Oh, brain is smart. Brain does math. Fuck. Brain is just the most stupid part of your body. Why? Because it thinks it is smart. But it's not. It's a fool. But you shouldn't be a fool because you've lived 1,000,000 years before the brain started living. You know, the kind of brain that we have today, it was only given to you 40,000 years ago. So it was added to you. So you should have more belief in yourself than believing some idiot that showed up and tries to say, I'm your intelligence. No, you're not. Because it's not. Brain is not intellect. Now, in the new videos in the video that is coming up, you will see. You will see that there are evidence to that. All right. Having said all that, Pranay says, hello, Miran, 17 male India. Hello, Pranay. Slobodan says, Emmanuel, male 28, Boston, says, hello, Miran. Hello, Emmanuel. Pranay says, Miran, try making a podcast. You'll get much more reach from audience. I don't know how to make podcasts. Honestly, what's the difference with podcast and this? If they don't come here, why would they come there? I guess podcast because I can hear their voice, their sound. And it's all about promotion. If I can't promote this, how can I promote that? Honestly. 187 says that makes sense. Yeah, okay, of course it does. And Emmanuel says, my brother says that I get distracted too easily with simple noises. For example, I could be talking and any little sound from outside, whether it's a car or an ambulance, it gets me off focused. How normal is this? Well, it's because you have not trained your brain. The problem is that people think brain, because it does math, or you can use it to do certain calculations, then it has an ability to just, without paying any attention and without giving you the right tools and right direction, it will actually train itself according to what your standards are or what your purposes are. No. If you don't train it, it will be like untrained little, I don't know, donkey or a horse that runs around for itself, does its own thing. But you got to train it, show it, condition it, teach it. The brain teaches from what you expose it to. It learns from what you expose it to. So teach the brain to actually focus, stay on focus. You know, everybody knows how to focus for a second or two. But the key is to learn how to stay focused, not to be able to focus. Everybody can for a second or two. But so you got to train through meditation, mindful exercises, and understanding that what you're doing has priority over that. If it's not a danger, then that sound doesn't, if there's no smell, there's no, I don't know, sparks or anything like that, then you hear sounds and you just stay focused. Otherwise, you're going to be distracted with every little thing you do. Then you're going to spend a lot more time to finish a task than you would normally do because you're constantly broken up into concentration. Where was I? It's like reading a book, constantly looking at, thinking about other things. And what was I? Where did I say? What did the past page say? Go back and forth, back. Oh, read it. See, I don't remember. Because you're thinking about all kinds, because that's what the brain does. It's constantly going everywhere. Why? Because brain finds its security in occupation. You know, it doesn't know where its home is. It's not like your limbs that you know where they are and they have a place in the body, so they're there, so you know where they are and they relax there. But you need to train the brain, train the mind to know where it can relax. Otherwise, it's not focused. It doesn't know how to focus. You got to teach it. So brain got to know, mind got to know where its home is, where it should focus. And you teach it. And then it'll stay focused and it learns that it can relax there. And then when you're focusing on something, trying to do accomplish task, distraction comes in, you stay focused. You don't go pay attention to that. You stay focused because you've trained it, you know? It's like, people play sports in the big stadiums with hundreds of thousands, maybe 100,000, tens of thousands people are making noises and making suggestions and talking and so on, but it stays focused on his own pitch or his own, hitting the ball with his bat, or if it's basketball or if it's tennis, it's focused on that. It's not focusing on somebody who says, oh, look at his shoes, or look what this girl's done to her hair. And she's about to serve. She doesn't care. She's totally focused on what is most important. Has the ability to focus and stay focused. That's why you got to teach your mind where is the mind has the home in the body. That's why mind and body are separated. And when they're separated, because the body, limbs, and everything is here in a physical form, mind doesn't have a physical home, doesn't have a physical shape, so it's all over the place. So the mind is scattered around and the body is here, so they're not coordinated. When you teach the mind that it also has a place in the body to focus, then the mind and body both will be coordinated, will be both in the same entity, physical entity, even though one of them is not physical, but it is in coordination with that other part of you. Mind and body. And then it's not all over the place, so it stays on what you want it to stay focused on. So first you got to teach the mind, which is in my book, Mind. If you go on my site, mind@seekstruth.com, I pick up the book, Me, My Psyche and I, Me, My Psyche and I. I believe, Emmanuel, you have those books, no? If you look at the chapter, I believe it's chapter 30, chapter 31, hope in life, 32, meditation, 33, our mind and meditation, 34, our mind needs a home. That's where it discusses that. Then the calm mind, chapter 35, the mind that seeks truth, chapter 36, nourishing the body, forgetting the mind, chapter 37, unifying the mind and body by living in the present, chapter 38, and so on and so forth. So these are how to decrease thoughts and the activity of the mind, meditation through movement of thought and physical action. Why are we fragmented and what has caused it? To stop time, thoughts, mind, physical reactions, and how they are all connected. The significance of living in the present in our relationships. The illusion of past or future versus the reality of the present. And so on and so forth. So you will find that discussion and meditation in right here in chapters from, 32 or 33 to 40 something. So if you haven't, I know you have that book. I think you have that book. Chester says, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Schwartz's presentation, I have the links on my videos down in the description. It's very interesting, very important. And I'm glad that you watched it just there. Yeah, Dr. Egnar. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much my video is um, similar to, I mean, it's based on Dr. Egnar's research and presentation, so there's nothing different there. Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi, message this retracted. Pranay says, cause OCD people tend to be much more distracted of the surroundings. Yeah, actually, don't fool yourself, Emmanuel. I may be wrong, but you might look into it. You want to make sure what that sound was. And that making sure is an OCD. Like, I have to pay attention to it. You don't have to, but you do. Why? Because you think if you do, there's going to be some kind of balance in your head. I did that. So you have a compulsion of making a notice, paying an attention to that. And whenever you do that compulsion, you feel good and dopamine is secreted. And now you don't do it because it's a compulsion to the obsession of, oh, sound, I got to see what it is. You're doing it because you get dopamine. You want the dopamine, so you've now convinced yourself that I got to be distracted. Because when I'm distracted, it's my compulsion. I paid attention to something. And then when I do that, I get dopamine, makes me feel good. The problem is you keep doing it, and no longer you will be doing it for obsession. There is, compassion for the compulsion because of the obsession. And you no longer will be doing it for even dopamine. You'll be doing it because it has become your habit. That's when it becomes more difficult to get rid of it. That's why the sooner you understand these things and put them in their places, and then you will treat them as they are and ignore them, the sooner your neuroplasticity and rewiring of your head starts. That process. Onyx says, hello, it's me. Hello, me. Onyx, we need we need the protocol observed, just like many who have done it here. M for male, F for female, then how old you are, and then which country you're tuning in from. So it's like F22 India, female 22 India, or M27 Boston. It's just little codes here and there. Slobodan says, yes, HOCD makes me angry and sad. You're right. Yep. Volcano Demon, say UWU. I don't know what that is. Remember, guys, if you guys are here for legitimate reasons, introduce yourselves as far as gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. Nate Sipnevsky says, hello all. Hello, Nate. Don't forget the protocol. It says, blesses to you all. And thank you for that. Obi-Wan Kenobi says, hello. Star Wars is great. Yeah. But Star Wars series. Thank you for that. Chester says, fear is path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Yeah. Yes, that's true. And Stephen says, hello, Meran. Hello, Stephen. Male 40, Los Angeles. Thank you for that. Stephen says, listen to your email before work today. Helped a lot. Thank you. You're quite welcome. And Yoda Skywalker says, hello, sir. Hello, Yoda Skywalker. Remember, guys, we have a protocol here. Age, gender, where you're tuning in from. Like up there, you can see Stephen. It says Stephen, male, 40, Los Angeles. So you can just say M for male, F for female, whatever, however you signify your gender, and then age, and then where you're tuning in from. And Stephen says, not that I should care, but I passed by that girl's room and she kept looking at me as I walked by. Then later in the day, she was talking to someone in the hallway. I walked past her and she turned to look at me like I was going to talk to her, but I kept walking. Yeah, keep on walking. Keep on walking and keep on rocking, because she thinks you don't care, which you shouldn't. And even if you do, you should make it look like you don't care. Not by being rude, by just doing your work. Your focus on your work means I've got more important things to do than you. I've got more important things to do in my life than focusing on you. That's really what it means when you focus on your work. You're not trying to be rude to anybody. You're just trying to say, and it's true, you have more important things to do. You've got your life. Why should you pay attention to the woman who doesn't pay attention to you? Why would a woman who doesn't pay attention to you deserves your attention? Why? For what reason? Because on her own, she hasn't proven that she deserves your attention, because she's not, offering any warm attention towards you. So why should you think she's qualified when she actually has dubbed you not qualified? Well, if she's dubbed you not qualified, it goes both ways. She shouldn't be qualified to have your attention either. Simple. So when you focus on your life, you're doing two things. First of all, you're building your life. You're rewiring your brain to understand that your life is important, and you're doing things to build it, and you give it serious importance to it, which it is. And you also are letting yourself know that she's not important because she doesn't deserve to have your attention. And she also feels that. That's the third thing. And therefore, she also then feels like all that glory that she felt like, I'm putting my hair down and walking around, it's just nonsense, because you don't care. You're already over it. And you're actually considering her a juvenile behavior to have broken up with you after having pursued you and resulted to bring you into her life and then have sex with you and all that. And then when you became interested and showed your interest and attention, she backtracked. That's immature. That's stupid, isn't it? And then with your behavior focusing on your life and your job, taking it seriously, she gets it, that she actually is not strong. She's irrational, irresponsible, unreliable, and weak. And that's the message you would be sharing while you're focusing on building your life, which should be, and in fact is, your prime directive. And Rajiv says, male 23 India. Thank you for that. That's the right protocol. Says, hello, sir. My ex-girlfriend wants me to be in bed with her. I'm confused what to do. Excuse me? What's there to be confused? It's a day every man is waiting for, isn't it? The girlfriend says, darling, would you come to bed? And Rajiv says, I'm confused. Why are you confused? I know, because traditionally, probably you've been pressed in your head that you shouldn't be making love before marriage, and if you do, that would mean that you have to marry her, and you're not sure if you want to marry her or not. It's not that you're not sure if you want to go to bed with her, because when she says, she wants to go to bed with you, she's adult, legal age. You're an adult, legal age. You can make that decision and have safe sex. But because, traditionally that would mean then maybe you have to marry her, and you're not sure if she's the right girl for you to marry. Is that kind of in the ballpark? Because the rest of it, I mean, I don't know, some must be missing here, because I don't get it. My ex-girlfriend wants me to be in bed with her. I'm confused what to do. Well, read a few books, you'll know what to do. or just ask your dad, Dad, what do I do? Girlfriend wants me to go. Okay, you know what I'm trying to say. And Rajiv says, as I also want to do, but what are the consequences? So I was right. Yes, now we're talking. In that neck of the wood, the way I understand your traditions depends, of course, on the time of, times have changed maybe, but I believe there are certain protocols that you got to observe. And if you sleep with her and then she decides not to continue, or she tries to tell her parents, oh, this and that, and then you may have this kind of a stigma on you that you did something that she didn't want to do. So, if that is the case, and ask her, you want to sleep with me because you want to marry me, you want us to get married, or you want to sleep with me because you want to sleep with me? And she says, no, I just want to sleep with you. She says, okay, I really like you too. So why don't you just, for the sake of parents and family, so I won't be shamed later on, you know how it is, they're going to make the guy responsible for everything. If it's you who encourages me to sleep with you, which is heavenly. I mean, what man could say no to a woman that he likes when the woman says, sleep with me? So for that to save me in case somebody tries to smear me, not you, but somebody, why don't you just let me write here that, here today, such and date, such and place, such and such name, her name and your name, decide that she has asked you or allowed you, or, wants to make love. And so we're going to do it. So it's not like she's not in agreement with that. Something to that nature, something short that it will show that she knew about it, in agreement about it, and she allowed it, she asked for it, and then you complied, you obeyed. So therefore, at least there would be no questions later on saying that, but still, nevertheless, the culture there is that the family of her say, oh, you slept with our daughter, you got to marry her. So then you marry her. But 23 is too early to get married, man. I don't know how it is still there, but you're going to meet other women. And I don't think she, at this time of in this time of days, she's also trying to trap you. But she might like you, and she might find you suitable, and she wants to maybe force the marriage. So be careful of that. Or if you don't have protections, you might get her pregnant, and regardless of all the social stigma and all the other family, all that so forth, 23-year-old guy, it's not like it's 60 years ago. You've got no business to have a child at that age, if you're with it, if you're paying attention. Accidents happen, but you should calculate it that, okay, you got to have protection, you got to have intention between the two of you, you got to calculate what's going to happen if you guys, get pregnant, or you're going to take protection so you won't get pregnant. You got to have plans, you got to discuss these things and go into it with open eyes. And so, you know what I mean. So you got to discuss these things. And Stephen says, Yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, good. Andrew says, Andrew, 31, America. Come on, Andrew. What is that? Columbus time? America. It's not like you just found the continent. Bloody hell, there is some provinces and states in there. Where in America? Is it Costa Rica? Is it Mexico? Is it Canada? Is it United States? Where in United States? Where in Canada? Where? All this. You know what I'm saying. But thank you for that. At least halfway good. It says, hello, Mehran. Do or do not? There is no try. Yeah. Do or do not. I think Yoda was hungry there because it says, do not. He wanted a donut with tea or milk. Andrew says, no, Andrew doesn't. Andrew says United States. Yeah, yes, United States. Yes, I know. United States is like 6 hours from one end to the other end, 5 hours. So where? It's like you don't give me an idea. Like how far are you? What kind of a time difference? Where am I reaching? If somebody says Australia, I know where Australia is. But if you say Portland, California, New York, then I have idea where you are. And Shoaib Khan says, hello, Mehran, 24, male India. How is life going? Hello, Shoaib. Good of you to be here. And thank you for that. Epic Gamer says, male 20 UK. Hi again. Hello, Epic. It says, just wanted to ask what the difference between admiration and bisexual cause that what my OCD latching on. Oh, it doesn't matter what OCD latches on. The OCD shouldn't be paid attention to. Otherwise, you think that there's a purpose to it. It's just something that you think you got to do. You don't have to. You don't have to pay attention to it. You don't have to do what it suggests. It's a glitch. There is no mandate for you to interpret it, to make any meaning of it. It's a glitch. Doesn't matter what the topic is. Doesn't matter what that sentence or that thought could mean. It doesn't matter. Don't go data hunting. Don't go try to interpret that thought. Where does it come from? Who gives a shit? It comes from a malfunctioning brain. That's all you have to know. Because when someone is crazy, they don't say, what did he mean by saying that? Well, they've already diagnosed him as crazy. Means he can say shit and nobody should care. Why? Because it comes from a crazy source. And same thing with OCD, HOCD, and all that shit. It doesn't matter what interpretation you give to a certain thought or sentence that shows up or pops up or image. It doesn't. Why? Because the source is already clearly understood that is crazy, is in a glitch, is gone rogue. Then you don't try to interpret what a crazy person, what a rogue person, what a glitched brain is talking about. You just say, it's glitched. It's like saying, somebody has got a cold. And then you say, why did he sniff? Why is he sniffing? Where does that? It's got a cold. It's part of that. Why did he fart? It's sick. It's got, diarrhea. You don't go analyze every bit of it. The fact that it's announced it's got intestine problem or it has a cold, then the rest of it is going to be ignored because it's part of that. The whole thing is sick. So the brain in OCD and HOCD is got malfunctioning. It's got reasons of anxiety. It's got reasons of all the intrusive thoughts. That is capability of every human being, and every human being on earth does have intrusive thoughts. But when it's caught, nucleus is malfunctioning, its automatic system is not working well. So therefore, these thoughts and popped upsets always pops up in everybody's brain. But when system works properly, it just says, "Ooh, that's a weird thought," and then closes it and shuts it down, and then you go about your business. But when you have this malfunction and you have OCD, it lingers. That's the difference. Otherwise, everybody has intrusive thoughts. But they don't go data hunting and interpreting. But with the OCD person, it goes interpreted. That's where the problem starts. So if you just leave it alone, say the shit with it, it's gone crazy. I understand it. It's got a glitch. It's malfunctioning in its signaling system, and it's understood. Therefore, I'm going to rewire it by not paying attention to the bullshit, paying attention to what I am, who I am, what my preferences are, and I don't give a damn about interpreting any of this shit that shows up in my head, and then that behavior will rewire the malfunction. And through neuroplasticity, after a while, my behavior retrains, reconditions the brain's function. And when it does come up with all these nasty thoughts, I just simply pay no attention to it. And after a while, I become an expert. And a manual system turns back into automatic, not because the automatic gear shift got back to work, because I became so good at it that it's like automatic. It's like you're driving in a road that's got lots of shit and poo and debris and garbage here and there, but you're so good and you know where they are and you know recognize them as soon as you see them, and you make the necessary maneuvers and you pass by on your way to wherever it is that your destination is. You become really good at it. It looks like the car is automatic. It senses where the bullshit is and deviates from it and goes away from it. Same thing you got to do with HOCD. That's how you got to look at it. And that's how you fix it. All right, live your life. Atif says, hi, Mehran, 38, New York City, male. Nice to see you. Thank you, Atif. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And Rolling On says, thank you for always being there for us, Mehran. Hello, Rolling On. Says, Rolling On says, really appreciate your work. My pleasure. Obi-Wan Kenobi says, Skippy 44 near Rotterdam. Oh, you're in Holland, is it? Thank you. Rotterdam, Netherlands. Oh, there you go. Netherlands. Be one with the force. Be mindful. Yeah. Don't use that sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life. So be one with the force. Be mindful. Meditate to bring space, to bring peace, space to bring peace to your mind and flush out all your worries. Love your work, Mehran. Have a nice 2021. My pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you for your kind words, and I appreciate the fact that the channel is helpful to you, and grateful. And thank you for being here. Atif says, male 38, 38 male New York City says, Mehran, I am bothered. Join the club. Most people in the world today are bothered. I'm bothered, but hang on, guys. What is it? Like, it's, I get the special treatment. I gotta have some tea. My voice is just going. Oh. Just take a moment. Just take a moment. This is what we all miss in life. Do you want to hear a short Japanese story about what I just did? The fact that we miss life by being so focused on many things but life itself. If you want to hear it, put a 1. Just put a 1. Read one more question or enjoy my tea until you see if you guys want to hear it. Put a 1 if you want to hear it. 2 for no. That very simple thing is a mindful exercise. You become one with the tea. Become fully aware of what you're doing in the moment with the effort that you're making, aware of what your effort is all about, what you're trying to create, what you're trying to experience, what you're trying to build, what you're trying to accomplish. Be right there with the moment. Focus on the tea. Someone has made the time and effort to grow this tea. Someone has harvested, and then someone has roasted it and packaged it. It's here. And someone, me, opened the package and put it in here and let it sit and put a mango in it. You know, you're focusing everything that has gone through this tea, and then you're with it when you drink it. One with tea. Oh, that's a mindful exercise. In that very few seconds, you create a whole different thing in your body, in your mind, in your life. Neurotransmitters, GABA is increased, serotonin, melatonin, cortisol is reduced, growth hormone is increased, gratitude, attention, focus, oneness, present, no past, no future, not aware of any of them, just what you're doing, the now. So, let's see. There's only one. Only one person wants to hear it. Okay, then you won't hear it. God damn it. Let's go to Shoaib says, adding to Rajiv's issue, like if I remember that, like, should one sleep with his ex? Oh, I see. But in Rajiv's case, it wasn't the ex, because they broke up due to some issues and now confused cause on bed may lead to attachment from which they are trying to move on. You're not trying to make history here. You guys were ex, you feel you want to be together one more night, hell with it, why not? Life is short. Just have, protected sex and consider the consequences and have your fun. It's not like, oh, we're attached, but we want to be separate. If you want to be separate, why are you attached? You won't be attached if you want to be separate. And if you're attached, so big deal. Unattach yourself if you want to. If not, stay attached. It's like I have to follow a certain thing in order to what? You like each other, you love each other, you miss each other, you want to have sex again. You've had sex before together, so okay. But if we have, then we're attached. Oh, what happens if you're attached? Any other girl you sleep with, you'll be attached. So attach to the ex for a second, another night, and then detach. It's like, it's not all cut and dry, like, oh, this is bad, that is good. That's anyhow. So, Chester, these guys are not listening to me, so you're the only one who said why one, and I'll tell you next time, just between the two of us. Hang on, for that, I just gotta have another sip of this. This is just perfect. Perfect. Oh. This is why we miss life. We miss these moments. We pay attention to little things which actually makes the big difference in our lives. A great cup of tea in the right moment when you really crave it, it's a small, but paying attention to that small thing makes a big difference in your mood, in your hopes, in your it's like difference between a picture with color and same picture with no color. Very poetic. X Views 2 says 28 female USA says I have an ex that had a list of issues about me and who I am.
I have made changes for myself, but should I also focus on working on the issues that he had about me for future partners? If you think those issues are legitimate and not out of spike or out of just putting you down, you are an intelligent woman and you can intellectually ponder on it and see if they have any merits. And if you agree with it, why not? Who cares where it's coming from, where the source of this note is? You attend to it because you're sculpturing yourself. It's for you. You're going to be prettier. You're going to be more qualified. You're going to be more confident. You're going to be more toward what it is that you want to sculpture out of yourself through this journey of life. So take that, if it has merits, if you can see, yes, this corner needs to be rounded off a little bit, it's too edgy, too sharp, I can smooth it out, I can work on it, I can understand it, I can make it, I can do anything. And if that is something that you agree with, do it. But don't refuse it or refute it just because he said it. And how dare he? It's already done, gone, but just you can take advantage from, it's like, I don't know, play a tune on piano or draw a painting, and somebody who has been hearing you play or has heard, can notice there's something about that painting that could have maybe missed the spot on the painting or on the topic or whatever, or the tune is maybe not so smooth on the ears, then you analyze, you say, let me see. Oh yeah, maybe this key is not working well, or maybe it's the wrong key. You judge it. Don't have to accept it just because he said it, but you don't have to refute it just because he said it either. Just honestly look at it, see if it's worth it. Yeah, why not? Make the changes. It's for you anyhow. You benefit from it because you feel better about yourself. Atif says, Mehran, you skipped me. Did I? Did I? Oh, yeah, you're right. I read the first part and then suddenly gone somewhere else, didn't I? Atif says, 38 male, New York City. It says, Mehran, I'm bothered by the fact on these online apps, I only match with women that are in their mid-30s. It makes me think I'm not interesting to be to the mid to late 20-year-old girls. Well, it's the app. What do you expect? Is some idiot sitting there programming it for 30-year-old, I'm going to put 30-year-old. It's like everything has to be equal. Today, there is no, the parameters for being who you are is changed. You can no longer be who you are as how we've learned to be since our, forefathers or ancestors, things that made sense, things that were not abusive or one-sided, things that actually make sense. Like men wanted to be men, and men would be open to a woman, if the man is 38 years old, would be open to a woman in her 30s, and also would be open to a woman in her mid-20s. But no longer you can do that now, because the app is supposed to be, oh, why should you go for a younger girl if a woman at the same age that you are, we don't recommend to her a 25-year-old man. Because we don't suggest for a 38-year-old woman a 25-year-old man, we're not going to suggest for a 38-year-old man a 25-year-old woman, which in fact, that is a suitable age difference between the two for a man and a woman. Traditionally, I don't care what some people think. Oh no, I'm a woman and I'm 40 and I want to have a 22-year-old boyfriend. Oh, okay, fuck it. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call equality, go ahead. But it's not gonna work. Eventually it's going to break down because biologically it's just not suitable. Maybe for a while, for a fling, the 22-year-old will have his fun with you, and then when you're 40, he's 24 and says, fuck it, I want a 23-year-old girlfriend. And you're going to get hurt. And consciously, you're not compatible. You're an intelligent woman, educated in your 30s or 40s, and a 22-year-old boy is just getting to know himself. It's not going to work out. But the other way around, when there's a 30-year-old, 38-year-old man, a 25-year-old, 30-year-old woman is mature enough for a 35, 38-year-old man. That's the difference in maturity. Women are more mature in their younger age, in their 20s, than a man is. So therefore, that would work. But the other way around, if it's not work. But today, you can't say that because you're supposed to make sure everything is equal. That's stupid. We are different. Men are different than women. They have specialties, women, that we men cannot even fathom or imagine that we can do it as good as they can. And we men have specialities that women cannot come even close to it. But why is it? What is the infatuation with women wanting to be as good in everything as a man is, where they're perfectly capable of achieving anything they want to achieve in their life? And we're supposed to be told by the society that if you want to be a real man, you gotta not be a real man. What the fuck is this? I shouldn't have the values that are meaningful to me as a man, as I have admired in my forefathers, just so that I could be considered that I'm the right man at this century? What the fuck is that? Man is a man within reasons of being cordial and respectful and, chivalry, all that included, proper manners, proper behavior, adoring, admiring women and protecting women and doing their best for them. Beside all these things, why am I supposed to let go of the values that are important to me? And why should women think that they are more woman if they are a little bit man? Why can't we just simply face it? It is beautiful that women are different than men. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how we can procreate. That's how we can make our species survive. That's how we can thrive, by having that woman femininity, that love, that center of family, center of universe. Her emotions fuel us to go and reach further and further and advance the world to whatever our capabilities allows. And men being able to be the men that they are, protect their woman and make the woman feel safe so they can also achieve as high as they can achieve. But no, look at the look of the men today and look at the look of the men yesterday. Look at Clark Gable in his attire of, properly dressed and, overcoat and the hat and the tie and proper suit. And then look at some other people today, man bun, and this all kinds of things look more like a woman than man. What's wrong with looking like what you are supposed to look like? If you're a heterosexual male, and then you look like one. And what's wrong with a woman as their beauty inspires the whole life cycle to be that beautiful woman with the beautiful emotions that they have, and yet capable to take on any task, any education, any echelon that they wish. What's wrong with that kind of a woman? Instead, the woman doesn't want to be woman anymore and doesn't want to be that emotional, compassionate, and sweet and all that because equality means I got to be an asshole like a man. I don't get it. So, having said that, let me take a break, open that window. It's a bit warm here. All right. All right.
So, where were we? Andrew says, hello, Meran. I'm going to be a father soon. Oh, are you now? Are you a father? Yes, I am. And I'm proud of it. And I did my best. And that's the beauty of it. If you don't cut corners, and if you be the best you could be with the intelligence or lack of it, or the wisdom or the abilities that you have at the time, but do your best. Cut no corners for your son or daughter, for your child. Then what happens is when they grow up, first of all, you have the best friend for life. Trust to the hilt, both ways. And you will remember how you actually sacrificed, you did your best, you didn't cut corners, and you put them first always. You feel proud. That's the way to be a father. Not just, go work and bring the money or whatever, Spend time. Do sports with them. Do homework with them. Play. All that good stuff. Congratulations. Wonderful. Says, do you have any tips? It's going to be POG. What's a POG? I don't know what POG stands for, but yeah, my suggestion to you is enjoy every minute. Be involved in raising that child. Don't wait for your wife to just do all the work. Change the diapers. Learn to warm up the milk. Learn to the nutritions and the things that you got to read to take care of that entity that has been entrusted. In your hands. By the universe. That's a great responsibility. Sweetest, most important. It's the most important project of your life. So you change diapers, you play, and you be the best role model you can be. And you spend time, you put them first. And both of you, mother and father, put the child first. Doesn't matter if you guys get along a little bit later on or not, but make sure you stay together and create that loving environment for the child. Give that protection, psychological security, and bring him or her up with confidence. Be around them. Be like a hawk when you go to parks. Don't leave them alone. They could steal them. So protect them in all counts. Their education, their sports, their fitness, their nutrition. Be involved. Be a team together. So, that's all I have to say about that for now. It's just... Kill says 27 male Sweden. Says, Meran, is there any particular place where I can meet more girls? You think if I knew it, I would tell you? Listen, I'm old, but not a dinosaur. I will keep secrets. At this time, pretty much is difficult because there's not much social, events going on. Otherwise, good places would have been university dances at the right age, not for me, for you. And those were always promising. You'll find quality girls and
girls that you can find things in common. You will discuss, you will converse, and you will find if there are commonalities or not. But places like sports places, like, group tennis courses, or maybe places that would have certain kind of activities that you like. But right now it's kind of not that easy to find them because everything is like pretty much closed. University clubs, things that their activities that they have in there, I don't know, could be philosophy club, I don't know, could be some kind of a discussions here and there. Politics not really goes back and forth, but there are different gatherings, different activities that you could. Meetups were good, but they're all closed now. So, it says, I feel like it says place where you can meet girls who are good people and care for others. I feel like most girls I have befriended are rather self-centered and cruel. Well, because most people today are not really into learning about each other, communicating. They all want something from each other. Like, she comes to you because she wants to have some kind of an image that she has a boyfriend, and what is the boyfriend's going to do for her because she's lazy. She doesn't want to build a life for herself. She wants you to do it. So they're going to keep changing you from what they seem to think is not going to come from you, but they want it. So they're going to go somewhere else to see if it's going to be provided there. Those kind of girls, not good. You find a girl who has a career, has a plan, wants to have a certain kind of ambition, certain kind of accomplishment, and then she's going to be happy on her own, and then the relationship would be separate from her needs. She's not in a relationship for her needs and things that she wants to accomplish that she doesn't want to do it, but she wants somebody else to do it for her. So that's what you should be focusing on. That's what most people, and girls, boys, both of them are pretty much the same. Many boys are just lazy, don't want to work, don't want to provide. They just want to have pleasure, and for that pleasure, they expect the girl to do everything for them. Why? Because they're selfish. That's it. But they're not working. They're not planning. They're not having any aspirations or inspirations or nothing. So those are, for the girls who are looking for a boyfriend, those are not the boys to go around with. Just, it's easier to find girls have so many choices, so you open your eyes and select well. And Miss Tree One says, oh, that's interesting. Miss Tree One says, and I just brewed tea. Miss Tree says, Montagraph sent me here. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Sent me here a short while ago. Yeah, this is sweet and entertaining for this old crone. Okay, glad that you're here and glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I remember your sick, what is it, thumb screen here. It was familiar, but Montagraph that you say, I do remember that night. You guys were quite kind and nice, and you came here with lots of Christmas wishes and all that. It was positive. And we had a good experience. Park Outdoor says, so you're, what? Interesting. And Zed Kill says, the girl I know constantly argue and fight with their own friends and family. They gossip, talk behind people's back, care about their reputation above all else, and just generally don't feel nice. Well, not all girls are the same. Maybe the ones that you know are that kind, but there are many amazing women out there. So just be open. Be open. And these girls that you're telling me about, obviously they're not your preferences, your choices. They're not good selections. So move on. Now, you can be friend with them, but don't expect anything long term or anything more than that. So Andrew says, Meran, you skipped me. Did I? No, I didn't skip you. I did respond. Says, I'm going to be a father. No, I didn't. And Andrew says, yeah, Andrew, I did. Honestly, I did. Atif says, great answer to my question. You're quite welcome. I don't know what the question was, and I don't remember the answer either. Shoaib Khan says, meanwhile, in break, is PlayStation 5 stock back in Canada? Oh, PlayStation 5? I don't know. I haven't checked. I think I'm not getting one here in India. I know lots of people have had problem getting it. Apparently they're so popular. Andrew says, POG is play of the game. Oh, so play of the game. So where did it, let me see. It says, do you have any tips? It's going to be the POG. Oh, it's going to be play of the game. Really? Actually, Andrew, I don't understand the meaning of it in this context, but it's the first time. Like being a father is going to be play of the game. I don't get it. But anyhow, I hope what I said made sense to you or was resonating with you. Oh, guys, we have a troll here. Check this out. There's a guy or there's somebody by name, where is it? Motaz Hayek says, can everyone dislike this phony son of a bitch? Well, Motaz, you seem to be of very high standard and high family values. What are you doing in this, so you call it, a garbage channel? You should go somewhere that is suitable to your level. So why don't we just give this guy a yeah, I don't know who this guy is actually. He's pretending that he's a subscriber and all that. Okay, obviously you don't have anything better to do, so why don't you go out and play? I'm just gonna report you as a bully, which that will take care of your status here on YouTube. That's the end of that. Don't worry, Andrew. These people are all over. They're the people usually who don't have anything better to do. So let's don't give them any more time. So Obi-Wan Kenobi says, ignore the trolls, but yeah. They only want attention. Yes, they do. Just block them. Yeah, I do. I usually block them. But right now I want to pay attention to my live stream. I'll block them later. Just give them a time. And these are the differences between the energy that rolls around the universe. Some people are simply like Dementors in Harry Potter. They suck energy and they've got nothing to give, no talent. All it is anger, negativity, foul mouth, all these nonsense. And these people usually implode because no one is going to buy what they're selling. And so that whole thing eats them alive. And that's the bad thing about having a negative energy. Japanese call it negative. All discouraged to train in negative ki. So, Obi-Wan says, ignore the troll. Yeah, okay, yeah, just block them. Yeah. They're only the poor example of themselves. Yes, correct. And Chester said he's keyboard warrior, lol. Yeah, keyboard warrior. These are brave people behind the keyboard saying all kind of shit about other people. And Slobodan says, okay. Slobodan says, what? Motaz is the same shit like my HOCD. There we go. That's my boy, Slobodan. Chester says, Motaz is wasting his life. Pretty sad. Doesn't contribute or benefit anything to society. Yeah, just let him be. Obi-Wan says, just made some ginger, lemon, organic infusion tea. Ah, ginger lemon. I have ginger lemon. Sometimes it hits the spot, but sometimes it kind of a little bit, I don't know, like half a cup is good, but more than that, I kind of feel like, okay, it's time for real tea. Says no chemical and no caffeine, just the pure herbs, always the best. Yeah, it's really good. Also like chamomile tea, it's very good for you. And Rashid Dev says, hello, Mr. Mehran. Hello, Rashid. Says, I have nothing to question about. I just wanted to pass you a salam. Take good care of yourself. Thank you very much, Rashid. Appreciate for stopping by and for the love and attention. We appreciate it. And Anton Stefanov says, hello. I cheated once because I was mad at her. I really feel bad and I admitted it. Okay? Says, what do you think about cheating? Not good. That's it. And Andrew says, Mehran, this was a great stream. 10/10. Everyone gives it a thumbs up and subscribe. Bless you and your family. Andrew, thank you very much. I know what you're doing and you're great and appreciate it. Very kind of you. Okay, guys, it looks like it's about 2 hours and we've answered all the questions, and it's time for me to maybe finish my tea and then go for a nice 3-kilometer walk by the ocean as I usually do, and just be with the nature and see the Christmas trees at the end of the sea walk where the ocean kind of, the pier stops and the ocean continues, but there's a little beach and playground where all these ceremonial Christmas trees every year are added, like there are, I don't know, 50 of them. And they're colorful, they're nice. So perhaps I get some goodies and walk there and just hope that you guys will also have a wonderful evening. And I look forward to talk to you this Saturday at 1 p.m. Vancouver time, and then again, hopefully 9 p.m. Vancouver time. And you calculate what the time difference between where you are and where Vancouver is. So we'll hopefully cross path again. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, be good, be safe, be healthy. And be good to yourself and to the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.